Welcome to the Weird and Wonderful channel. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Today, we venture into the heart of Cornwall, to a place where history and the occult intertwine. A place steeped in mystery, whispers of the past and the lingering echoes of forbidden rites. A treasury of the old ways, and a gateway to a world where folk magic, ritual and superstition still breathe. This is the Museum of Witchcraft and Magic, nestled in the hauntingly beautiful village of Boscastle, Cornwall, a sanctuary of secrets. The museum was the creation of Cecil Williamson, a man whose fascination with witchcraft and magic began in childhood and became his life's obsession. Williamson's first attempt at a museum of witchcraft was in Stratford-upon-Avon, but resistance from the locals forced him to relocate. He then moved to the Isle of Man, opening the Folklore Centre of Superstition and Witchcraft in 1951. At the time, his museum featured Gerald Gardner, the father of modern Wicca, as its resident witch. But as time passed, their paths diverged. Williamson was deeply invested in British folk magic, while Gardner leaned toward the ceremonial aspects of Wicca. Eventually, Cecil left the Isle of Man and embarked on a journey across England, establishing and relocating his museum several times. Finally, in 1960, he settled in Boscastle, Cornwall, where the Museum of Witchcraft and Magic remains to this day. This museum is all-encompassing, delving into the many branches of magical practice: ritual magic, Aleister Crowley's Thelema, Wicca, high ceremonial magic, and ancient spellcraft. Yet Cecil's true passion lay in British folk magic, the practices of cunning folk, wise women, and the rural witches who quietly shaped history from the shadows. And what better place than Cornwall? For centuries, Devon and Cornwall have been lands of hidden knowledge, where folk magic has endured the tides of time. Here, among the rolling moors and jagged cliffs, old traditions refuse to die. The region is home to one of the largest followings of traditional witchcraft, a practice that still thrives today. Boscastle itself is an ancient and liminal place. A village bound by sea mist and shifting tides, its very air seems to hum with something older, something restless. In the colder months, when the tourists are gone, an eerie stillness settles over the land. And there, tucked away near the harbour, stands the Museum of Witchcraft and Magic, a place where history breathes. Within its walls, artifacts of power rest silently. Handmade poppets, iron nails bound in twine, ritual tools and charms of protection, each object infused with a sense of presence, a lingering imprint of those who wielded them in centuries past. These were not idle trinkets, they were tools of survival. For many practitioners of old, witchcraft was an act of necessity. It was a means of healing, of protection, of ensuring crops would grow and storms would pass. But it was also dangerous. Practicing the craft when it was outlawed meant risking everything: one's freedom, one's home, one's life. Witchcraft in Britain predates written history. Its rituals were whispered across generations, passed down in secret, sometimes verbally, sometimes within hidden books of shadows. Throughout the land, remnants of these ancient traditions remain. In Anglesey, the Druids once ruled, their rites conducted in sacred groves. In the New Forest, covens still gather in secrecy, just as they have for centuries. And across the moors of Devon and Cornwall, standing stones and dolmens mark landscapes steeped in forgotten lore. These sites, menhirs, stone circles, dolmens, are older than recorded history. Their true purpose? Still a mystery. But they are places of power, deeply woven into the landscape's magical tapestry. The museum also honours the Sabbats and Esbats, the sacred festivals of the witches' year. Folk magic is an animistic tradition, one that sees spirit in all things. Stones, rivers, forests and animals are not simply objects in the world. They are the world. For those who follow the old ways, nature is sacred, and the cycles of the earth dictate the rhythm of life. Before modern religion, before monotheism, there was harmony between humanity and the land. With the rise of organised faiths, These ancient traditions were forced into the shadows, but they never truly vanished. If you ever find yourself in the West Country of England, do not leave without stepping into this extraordinary museum. It is a place of knowledge, of history, of mystery. And perhaps, if you listen closely enough, you may hear the whispers of those who came before. Until next time, thank you for joining me on this journey into the strange and wonderful. If you enjoyed this exploration, be sure to like, subscribe, and check out my books on Amazon. I'll see you in the next video.